Hello, my name is Lim Zhenjie and this is a video presentation for my final project CSC1024 Programming Principles. So a mastermind game is a traditional board game for 2 players. A code maker decides a sequence of 4 colors and a code breaker guesses that sequence based on the feedbacks provided. For this presentation, I have created a computer version of the mastermind game using Python. It's very similar to the real version. So allow me to demonstrate the program to show what it does and how it handles the error and input. Here I am using Visual Studio Code as my IDE for Python. Once the program, a set of instructions is printed, it shows what are the possible colors, how inputs are handled, and all inputs are case insensitive. So now I'm being prompted to start the game because of the input function here. If I enter yes in any case, it will proceed. This means the user input is valid. So if I try something else such as this, it will identify the input is invalid, enter one of the given options in the parentheses. So if I make a typo, it will also show the error. This is all handled by the if and else if conditionals, and if I keep trying, it will not stop because of the while loop here. It will always be true until I enter yes or exit. Now, before I start the game, let me enable the answer display so that we can check if the program is working correctly. So now let's check for the error handling. It's basically the same thing. If we read the instruction carefully, we can enter partially or fully as long as we start with the first letter. So I can type R or fully or partially, but not something like this. So it prints the output, and the program works by assigning a value to each color input, and then it compares using if conditionals. Red is a correct color in the correct place, and blue is a correct color but in the wrong place, so 1 1. It will auto repeat for the user to attempt again. So finally, we type in all 4 correct answers, and it will be prompted that the user has cleared the game, and the total number of attempts is 2. So the user gets to restart again, and the error handling and data validation here is the same. So the user can start, and they can also exit mid-game to restart again. This concludes my demonstration. Now I will talk about the programming techniques that I have used in my coding. First, I have used the input function. This allows the program to take its user input as string. The string can help determine the decision making of the program. So it decides whether to restart the game or no depending on the user. Next, I have used the print function. This allows the program to display the necessary information for the user to understand the instruction of the game. It also displays the error, so it's important for clarification. Next, I also use the list variable. The game requires the color to follow a specific sequence, so it is crucial to store the colors in sequence from 0 to 3 for the game to be functional. And it is also very helpful to compare 2 lists in the loop. The index of the list corresponds to the position of the color, so the position of the list can change based on the counter. Then I also imported a built-in module random. The random has randint function which allows the program to create random value of integer. So in this example, it's from 0 to 6, and it assigns to the list sequentially using the function. So it's helpful to pick the color without any bias. Next, as you can see on the picture on the left, the main body of the code is super packed and messy. So user-defined function helps to break the program into smaller and modular chunks. This function can be called multiple times, so it's helpful for multiple attempts for the user. Now, as I mentioned before, if and else conditionals are helpful in decision making. The program uses conditionals to decide what action to take based on the user inputs. I also make use of the conditionals to look for the input that is equal to the answers, so I can make the comparison and find how many times it occurs. Finally, the while loop, I use it to set a condition so that the loop can remain infinity until the user inputs exit or yes. And for loop, I needed it to perform a certain number of times. So in the picture, you can see that I use it to compare a specific number of times, 4 times, and count the number of correct colors. That's all. Thanks for watching.